Hi, this is Josh Wright, Business Development Manager here at Moehn Auto Group in Jackson, Michigan. Thank you so much for your interest in this 2019 Chevy Traverse. This is a 1LT trim level. It's only got about 11,000 miles on it. It's a beautiful Pepperdust metallic color. You can see that, the metallic here in some of the light that we have. I'm doing this video because we've had a lot of people that are showing some interest in it, so I just wanted to point out anything that I would want to know before coming out and looking at a vehicle like this, the good as well as the bad. So we'll start off here in the front. Like I said, I mean, you have a nice cowl hood. The front end is in perfect shape, so no hazing, no dents or anything like that here in the front. This is an LT, so you do get some of the features like the fog lamps here in the front. You also have a two-tone grille, so you have the black inserts and then also the chrome markings here on the front with a large bow tie here. This vehicle is equipped with LED running lamps. You can see that here running right down the front of the lamp, as well as HID headlamps for the nighttime. The LT is also going to come equipped with some aluminum wheels. This is I believe it's an 18-inch. Yeah, 18-inch polished aluminum wheel. Lots of tread depth left on these Bridgestones. This has got like a more of an aggressive tire on it, which is going to do well in the winter. Nothing you'd have to worry about anytime soon. Moving on to the passenger side, this is a passive entry vehicle, so you have this basically sits in your pocket as long as you have access to this and it's on you. You can press this little button here and it'll lock or unlock accordingly. Got a really nice interior, so it's a black on black, but they do a couple things to break it up here. You'll see this like soft leather touch that's here on the front. You have a contrast brown stitching here as well. You have the silver here on the door panels that help break this up, as well as the continuation of that contrast stitching that's going to help break that up as well. On the seats, you have the two-tone here, and you also have this gray insert. This is a premium soft touch cloth material. It's also water resistant, so if you spill something on it, it'll bead right up and you can wipe it right off. Looks like it does have all the original owner's manual and things like that located in here. A little bit of scratching here on the front of the glove box. It's the first thing that I do see aesthetically that's an issue with it. Not seeing anything here on the passenger rear end here. So this has the 2-2-3 configuration. So basically that means you have two captain's chairs in the front, two captain's chairs in the second row, and then a third row bench seat that can seat 3 people with a total passenger capacity of 7. This is the preferred configuration because it is much easier to gain access to the third row through the walkway right there. And if that's not going to work out, there is quite a few different ways. You can see I just did that one-handed with this right here, that you can actually push this forward and gain access to that third row. These are also pretty versatile. These will fold down flat as well if you need to use them for cargo space. So the 2-2-3 configuration is the preferred, like I said, configuration for most people. They do have their own HVAC controls that they can automatically control back here, and a couple of USB ports as well for charging purposes. There's also another charging port on that side, as well as another charging port on this side. So if you do have kids, hopefully they won't fight at least about the charging ports. Potentially won't be an issue on your next trip. Tread depth is about even on the front as well as the rear tires, so nothing you have to worry about there. Wheels are in great shape. It's like a bright aluminum, I believe is the way they refer to it as. Of course, you have the dual exhaust. This is an all-wheel drive. You'll see the badging there. It comes with a power liftgate, so we'll go ahead and open that. So you have some storage space underneath here, and then these do fold down flat. You can just pull these, and these will fold down flat for cargo purposes as well. You get a better look at the cup holders and the charging ports accessible in the third row. Go ahead and close the power lift gate. You can do that via remote, or you can touch the button and it'll close up right on its own. So I did just take this cover off. This is actually what's known as a beauty cover, which allows you to have the trailering equipment. I can't do this one-handed, but basically you push this back up in there and it shows up as one piece. So it's a beauty cover basically, so you can't tell that you have the trailing equipment, but it definitely does have it. So there you can see it put back together. A little bit of a scuff here on the rear quarter panel, but nothing too major. You have your power windows, your power locks. This is for your power lift gate. You can also control that by pushing it here. You can also change it where you see it says max, or you can turn it to 3/4. That's helpful if you're, in the if you have a garage that has a low clearance or something along that line. You don't want your power lift gate, messing with anything there. You do have I think it's a 12-way power driver seat, 8 or 12-way. Have to double check with the lumbar support. Cloth is in fantastic shape throughout. Non-smoker, so no weird smells or anything like that. Push button start, so we have this fob. You just press the brake, push button start. So I'll go ahead and go here. Let's see. So 11,606 miles currently on the vehicle. You do have the steering wheel cruise control right here. This is, you can just see, I just use it for the driver information center. There's a lot of information you can get here on the vehicle. You can also control some audio, some settings on your phone. It has the onboard, OnStar navigation. This radio is actually probably one of the best radios that GM makes. It's a larger 8-inch touchscreen radio, AM, FM, XM radio. In addition to that, it has, in my opinion, one of the best upgrades to mobile capabilities, which is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it is available for both of those. So what you would do, you have a couple USB ports down here. You also have another USB port inside there. If you plug your phone in, what it'll do is it'll use this display to do things like your Apple Maps or your Google Maps. You can use Android, you can use Waze. There's a couple different things that you can use, but it'll use the display to show you the navigation, but it's also real-time, meaning that it's using your cell phone to connect and get updates real-time. So if there's a traffic jam or something like that, you'll know about it ahead of time, and you can reroute accordingly. It has heated cloth seats. It's a really popular option here in Michigan for the wintertime. A couple of USB ports and charging ports. And also, one of the most popular things that we've had requested over the years is the ability to lock it into 4-wheel or 2-wheel drive for all-wheel. This is the first year that they made this available, I believe, actually 2018 or 2019. So you can actually lock this into 2-wheel high if it's like summertime right now and you know you're not going to really need it. And then, of course, put it into 4-wheel when you feel like you need it as well. So one of the best options to have. One of the downsides to all-wheel drive for a long time, but now having the ability to do that's actually pretty cool. So like I said, as of right now, the vehicle is still available. If you're interested in scheduling an appointment, or if you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email or give me a call. My direct line is 517-841-7689, 517-841-7689. Again, it's Josh Wright with Wright Auto Group. Thank you.